really excited today to show you how to press some vinyl onto a t-shirt. What we're using today is a Siser HTV Easyweed vinyl. It's just a couple of basic colours, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to apply. Now, heads up, this is actually my first press. So I have created these transfers. That was the hard part for me, although I did get onto the Leonardo software, and I've also downloaded and joined Creative Fabrica, which came up with some really great designs for me to use as well. So I've cut these transfers out, and I'm going to show you in a separate video how to create the transfer and then cut to get to this stage. What I've got is the guillotine here. I find that gives me a much straighter line than using scissors, and I'm going to cut just inside the bounding box around the transfer. So this is actually generated by the Leonardo software, and you can opt in on that when you're creating your design. But you don't want any of that outside bounding box appearing on your t-shirt. So I'm just going to cut a straight line. My guillotine's not very sharp. Hold it down. I might have to finish that off with scissors. That didn't work very well, did it? Anyway, we're going to continue because that's what we do and that's real life. So I'm going to hold that down, and the same thing's probably going to happen here. No, it didn't. Look at that. So I've got my two top and bottom. Get rid of that excess, and we'll use that for another transfer later. Then side to side, get rid of that. And get rid of that. Now I have set my heat press. There we go, you could probably see that up against my jacket there. I've set my heat press, I'm just going to turn that off actually. I've set my heat press to 150 degrees. We're going to preheat the t-shirt and then apply the transfer. Press for 15 seconds, and then it's a hot peel. Now what I usually like to do is be, oh, wrong t-shirt, that's for the next one. Okay, this is just a t-shirt that I had. Ta-da. I do like, as I started to say, I do like to actually lean over my heat press. I'm going to disappear off this side here, and I'm going to centre it. So make sure that my neckline is centered. Look at the bottom, look at the two edges. Now you can get these t-shirt jigs online, but because this is my first one and I haven't got one of those, I'm just going to make do. There is also a 3-finger rule which I've read about online, so I'm going to try that too. So we're going to put the t-shirt underneath, switch it back on. It is hot enough just for a pre-press, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, reheated. Slide back out again. Whoop. Slide back out again. Then I'm going to position my transfer, which, as you'll see, the backing sheet, it's actually cut on the reverse. So 3-finger rule, thereabouts. Make sure it's centered to my crew neck that I've got going on there. Just going to double check that. You could actually, which I don't, oh yes I do, I've got a ruler handy. From the top of the collar here to the base of the transfer, I'm just going to measure that. Just remember, this is the first time I'm doing this, so I'm sort of making it up as I go along a little bit. That looks about right. Then make sure that it's centered, so I've got 21 centimeters there, and the transfer is 15.5. So 4.5 should be about 5.5, 2.25 either side to the collar. That looks about right. So the press is ready. 15 seconds, 150 degrees. There we go. Hold our breath. I would normally time lapse this on a sublimation video, but because it's only 15 seconds, I'm sure I can chat for 15 seconds. What do you reckon? 4, 3, 2, 1, and hot peel, remember. Bounce up. The beauty of a heat press like that is it's even pressure. You don't have to worry about your timing. Joy, oh rapture. Look at that. Ta-da. How cool is that? I love it. I think the recipient, my son, will be quite delighted with that little creation. And these are just plain cotton t-shirts, unlike sublimation where you need a polyester t-shirt to print on. We're going to centre that the same way as we did the last one. Make sure that my design is positioned correctly. This one was the first one I did, and Siser have this great little test cut on their Siser Juliet. And what that does is it allows you to test your cutting settings to make sure it's going to get through the vinyl so that you're not wasting a whole sheet. So this is the Siser Easyweed HTV, and it really was easy to weed because I really just lifted the edge with one of my weeding tools and then took the rest of it off with just my fingers. The only other bit that I needed to remove with the weeding tool was the inside of the letters. Position the t-shirt. So all we need to do is 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Lovely. Bring it out again. 3-finger rule or thereabouts. Now I call that the top of the transfer on this one. So I'm just sort of using my own judgment as to where that needs to be. Now I'm going to go over this way because I want to make sure it's centered left to right as well. And it looks like it might even be on a bit of an angle there, so I'm going to pull that down a bit. 3 fingers or thereabouts. I hope I got it straight. Otherwise I might be buying myself a t-shirt jig. It's up to 153 degrees now, but what I said before about these heat press machines, even pressure, there's no need to add 10, 20 seconds if you were using like a manual iron or anything like that. Peel hot. I love this stuff. It's amazing. Ta-da! Did I get it straight? You tell me. Oh, I reckon that's pretty good. Okay, so t-shirt 2, t-shirt 1, and we've got a couple of birthday gifts for a 19-year-old who loves his memes.